Welcome to topic 2 of the final review, graphing lines. There's going to be two forms we use. This page is kind of split up like this. On the left, we have slope-intercept form, or y equals mx plus b. M in front represents your slope, which is rise over run. And b represents your y-intercept. So, for example, on the first one, since your y-intercept is -2, you'll start your graph at -2 on the y-axis. Then, since the slope is -3, or -3 over 1, you're going to rise -3 and run 1. Remembering that run always goes to the right, because slope dude only runs to the right. So you're going to rise -3, go down 1, 2, 3, and run 1. Or, since we're out of space and we can't do it again, I could rise 3, 1, 2, 3, and run to the left one. So I can switch directions if I want to. One reason why some people do this is so that they can keep drawing more points and draw a much straighter line, because anytime you guys draw a line, it should go all the way across your graph. All right, next problem. There's no number at the end of the equation this time. So if we are adding something and there's not a number, it's automatically a 0. So the y-intercept on this one is 0, or the origin right here. Then my slope is 2/3, which means I'm going to rise 2 and run 3. So up 2, right 3. Up 2, right 3. Or I can go down 2 and left 3. I'm allowed to go backwards as long as I switch both things I was doing. So instead of going up 2, right 3, I can go down 2, left 3. Now let's talk about the other one. The other one is where we're going to use our intercepts. And what that means is you're going to get an x-intercept by plugging in y equals 0. And you're going to get a y-intercept by plugging in x equals 0. What that means is if we replace y with 0, -6 times 0 is 0. So we just have the equation 8x equals 24. But if I do the same thing the other direction, and I cross out the x part, if I make x 0, 8 times 0 is 0. So I get -6y equals 24. So we sort of just split it up into these two equations, and then we divide. The one on the left, I'm going to divide by 8, and I get x equals 24 divided by 8 is 3. So you put that point where x equals 3 right here. Then you divide by -6, and 24 divided by -6 is -4. So I put a point on the y-axis at -4 and draw a straight line through these 2 points. Like that. Now to shorten it up a bit for the second one, it would be, if I cover up the y part, 3x equals -12. And if I cover up the x part, 4y equals -12. Then I divide by 3 to get the x. -12 divided by 3 is -4. So you put a point where x is -4. Divide by 4 to get the y. And y equals -3. And then you draw a straight line through these 2 points, like so.